There are moments in life that feel ordinary on the surface, yet something inside you senses that the moment is bigger than it appears. This is one of those moments. You're not here by coincidence, by mistake, or by accident. You're here because life has a way of placing the right words in front of you at the exact time your heart is ready to hear them. Consider this moment a gentle interruption, a pause from the noise around you and the pressure inside you. A moment designed not to overwhelm you, but to remind you of something you may have forgotten along the way. Your life still carries purpose, direction, and meaning, even on the days when it feels like everything is slipping out of place. You've walked through seasons that demanded strength you didn't know you had. You've faced nights when sleep wouldn't come, days when motivation disappeared, and moments when you kept moving simply because stopping felt too heavy. And even though much of your struggle happened quietly, none of it went unseen. Every time you felt overlooked, your value remained unchanged. Every time you questioned your worth, you were still building strength. Every time you felt alone, you were being shaped quietly, patiently, and intentionally. What you've experienced hasn't been wasted time. Your story hasn't been paused. You haven't been forgotten or left behind. You've been growing, often invisibly, in ways that will one day make perfect sense. Life has a mysterious way of guiding us through discomfort, only to reveal later that the discomfort was developing qualities we needed: resilience, clarity, compassion, and deeper understanding. You may not have realized it while going through it, but those difficult chapters planted seeds of wisdom inside you. Now, those seeds are beginning to open. This may be the first time in a long while that you're stepping into a moment meant to rebuild you. Not in rushed, dramatic ways, but through a steady, meaningful shift. A shift that reminds you that renewal is possible, healing is possible, hope is possible, and more importantly, your next chapter is still unwritten. You're entering a season where the pieces of your past begin to make sense. The things you lost, the people who walked away, the doors that closed, and the detours that discouraged you were not endings, they were redirections. They were clearing the path for something stronger, healthier, and more aligned with who you are becoming. Think of your life like a structure being rebuilt. Before anything new is constructed, the foundation has to be strengthened. Loose pieces have to be removed. Cracks have to be repaired. That process doesn't always feel good, but it creates the stability needed for everything that comes next. You've already endured the part that required quiet strength. Now you're stepping into the part where clarity returns, the part where your heart feels lighter, the part where you begin to understand why you held on even when the weight was heavy. You're moving from survival to rebuilding. And rebuilding doesn't happen in an instant, it happens layer by layer. Your inner strength begins returning. Your confidence starts rising again. Your emotions slowly settle into peace. Your mindset becomes clearer. Your hope starts to breathe again. You may notice small changes first, moments where you feel unexpectedly calm, moments when inspiration returns, moments when you feel connected to something bigger than the challenges you faced. These small shifts matter. They are signs that the fog is lifting. Growth rarely begins with loud moments. It begins in quiet realizations. It begins with the decision to keep going. It begins when you allow yourself to believe that better is still possible. As you move forward, give yourself permission to feel things fully, but also allow space for hope to rise again. Healing doesn't demand perfection. It simply asks for willingness. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to pretend to be strong every day. You simply need to keep taking steps, even small ones. Some days your step will feel bold and confident. Other days it might feel tiny and shaky. Both are progress. What matters is that you continue. As you grow into this new season, remember this: you deserve peace. You deserve clarity. You deserve restoration. You deserve to feel whole again. Not because you earned it, but because every human being deserves a life that isn't defined by past pain or silent battles. You deserve a life that reflects who you truly are beneath all the weight you've carried. Your past may have shaped you, but it does not limit your future. Your struggles may have slowed you down, but they did not stop your purpose. Your challenges may have shaken you, but they did not remove your potential. Your story is not over. In fact, this moment marks the beginning of a new chapter. one where you step forward with more wisdom, more strength, and more awareness than before. You are growing into a version of yourself that has been forming quietly behind the scenes. A version of yourself that stands steadier, trusts deeper, and speaks kinder to your own heart. And as life continues to shift in your favor, allow yourself to receive good things without guilt. Allow yourself to rebuild without fear. Allow yourself to hope without holding back. Because you are worthy of renewal, you are worthy of new beginnings, and you are worthy of a future filled with possibility. Take a breath, let your shoulders lower. Allow this moment to be the reminder you needed. You're not at the end. You're at the turning point. Your next chapter begins now, gently, steadily, and with purpose. And you are ready for it.